I'm Talal Bayaa. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Bayzat, a UAE-based company that provides technology solutions for the HR and insurance industries. Bayzat today is around 200 employees with offices in the UAE, Turkey, and India, and we serve 1,000 companies and 30,000 employees. So Bayzat, we've raised $31 million to date, with the most recent round being our Series B round, which we closed in Q3 2019, which was also led by Point72 Ventures, Mubadala Ventures, and a bunch of investors from the region as well. Prior to that, we had raised approximately $15 million over 4 rounds, primarily from regional investors, so that's local venture firms, family offices, strategic investors, and angel investors. So in terms of preparing to speak to investors, I make sure that I have a preliminary data room, which includes our financial model, business plan, and customer metrics. And the pitch is actually a very iterative process. Every single investor has their own take on what they're looking for. So I try to understand that first. And then, for example, here in the UAE, which is a young ecosystem, a lot of investors tend to be risk averse. So you have to cater your pitch to them and really talk about how you've de-risked the business model. While overseas, investors really focus on the big picture and the strategy. And there you have to have a really exciting story to tell them. Closing a round can take anywhere from 6 to 18 months. It really depends on the dynamics of the round, how big of a ticket your lead investor is putting in, and if existing investors are also participating in the round. Historically, we've always underestimated how long it would take to close a round. So before going to meet any investor, I'd make sure I was prepared by listening to all the talks that the partners gave at various conferences, so I can really understand how they think about investing and their portfolio companies. I'd also research all the investments they've made and benchmark our company to their existing portfolio, which would give me a lot of ammunition to actually tailor my communication to them and set Bayzat apart from their existing investments. What I would have done differently if given the opportunity is that I would have raised more money than I thought we needed in our business plan. The cash burn was actually never the issue. It's just that it takes you a lot more time to get the necessary traction to be able to go out and start raising a new round. In addition to that, I would have actually treated fundraising like a sales exercise. So I would have had cold outreach to investors that fit our criteria and actually built my investment pipeline from scratch. And a last thing I would have done differently is I would have actually managed my existing investors' participation in subsequent rounds. It's very easy to rely on your existing investors to fund most of the next round, but they also have their own capital allocation restrictions, which may prevent them from investing down the line in 2 to 3 rounds.